There's a trick with two things already in your kitchen that makes about 90% of the scratches on a wood floor visually disappear in under a minute, and I want to show you exactly how it works, why it works, and the 3 situations where it absolutely will not save you. Because here's what nobody tells you when they post this hack on social media. It's real, it works, but it only works on one specific type of damage. And if you use it on the wrong kind of scratch, you'll either waste an afternoon or actually make the problem worse. I've been through this myself. I've tested it on 4 different floors in 2 different houses. So let's do this the honest way. What the mixture actually does, what it doesn't do, and how to tell the difference before you start. Before you pour anything on your floor, you have to understand what a scratch actually is, because there are really 3 different things people call scratches, and only one of them responds to this fix. The first kind is a surface scuff. That's when something's scraped across the finish, the polyurethane or wax or whatever sealant is on top of your wood, and left a mark, but never actually cut through to the wood itself. Run your fingernail across it. If your nail glides over without catching, that's a surface scuff. Those aren't really scratches at all. A damp cloth usually handles those. The second kind is the one we care about. That's when something cut through the finish and into the very top layer of the wood fibers, exposing raw grain to the air. Those show up as pale, whitish lines against your darker floor. That pale color isn't damage in the traditional sense. It's just unoxidized wood suddenly exposed to light. Run your fingernail over one of those and you'll feel a slight catch, but your nail doesn't sink in. Those are the ones olive oil and vinegar were basically designed for. The third kind is a real scratch, a gouge, something that dug into the wood and removed material. Your fingernail sinks in. You can feel the valley. We'll get to why the kitchen trick won't touch those, but for now, just know there are 3 categories. And the method we're about to talk about only fixes the middle one. People have been rubbing oil into damaged wood for thousands of years, and this isn't hidden knowledge. It's just something most of us stopped doing when polyurethane took over American floors in the 1950s. Before synthetic finishes became the default, wood floors in this country were treated with things like linseed oil, tung oil, beeswax, and shellac. Those finishes weren't sealed plastic coatings sitting on top of the wood. They were oils that actually soaked into the grain and became part of it. And when those floors got scratched, you didn't refinish them. You rubbed more oil into the damaged spot, and the oil did what oil does. It darkened the exposed fibers, filled the microscopic gaps, and blended the mark back into the surrounding surface. Shellac, by the way, is made from a resin secreted by an insect in Southeast Asia, and it's been used on wood for over 3,000 years. Tung oil comes from the nut of a tree native to China, and has been a finishing agent there for at least 1,000. These aren't secrets. They're just the older way of doing things. What changed in the mid-20th century wasn't that oil stopped working. Polyurethane simply became cheaper and easier to apply, and it created a harder, shinier surface that the market decided it preferred. But the old principle, oil darkens exposed wood fiber and hides light scratches, the principle never stopped being true. It's physics. And olive oil, which is what most people have in their kitchen, works on the same principle as linseed oil. Not as well, not as durably, but well enough for a quick cosmetic fix. Here's the ratio that matters. 3 parts olive oil to 1 part white vinegar, and there's a real chemical reason for that specific mix. The olive oil is the workhorse. It's what penetrates into the exposed wood fibers of the scratch and darkens them optically, which is what makes the scratch blend back into the floor. The vinegar does 2 things. First, it's mildly acidic, which helps cut through any dust, polish residue, or skin oil sitting in the scratch, basically cleaning the surface so the olive oil can actually reach the raw wood. Second, it helps the oil spread more evenly and penetrate a little deeper than it would alone. Too much vinegar, and you're just putting acid on your floor, which over time can dull the surrounding finish. Too little, and the oil beads up and sits on top instead of seeping in. 3 to 1 is the sweet spot that almost every woodworker I've read lands on. Here's the actual process. Mix the oil and vinegar in a small bowl. Shake it or stir it hard. They don't stay mixed for long, which is fine. Take a soft, lint-free cloth. An old cotton t-shirt works perfectly, and dip just the corner into the mixture. You want it damp, not saturated. Then rub the mixture into the scratch, going with the direction of the grain, not across it. You'll see the scratch start to darken within about 15 seconds. Keep rubbing gently for another 30 seconds or so. Then take a clean dry cloth and buff the area to pick up any excess. That's it. That's the entire method. If the scratch is still visible after the first pass, let it sit for about an hour and repeat. Most surface level finish scratches will be essentially invisible after 1 or 2 applications. Now here's the part nobody tells you before you spend an hour on your hands and knees rubbing oil into your floor. The first situation where this won't work is a gouge. If you dragged a chair leg across the floor and left a valley you can feel with your fingernail, oil is not going to fix that. It can darken the exposed wood inside the gouge, which helps a little, but the physical divot is still there. Light will still catch the edge. You'll see it from across the room. Gouges need wood filler or color-matched wax stick, or in bad cases, actual board replacement. The second situation is a deep scratch through to raw, unfinished wood where the surrounding finish is also damaged. When you rub oil into that, the oil soaks in fine, but it also keeps soaking. It gets into the exposed wood around the scratch, darkens a much larger area than you wanted, and now you've got a dark patch on your floor that's bigger than the original scratch was. I've done this. It's frustrating. If the damage is that extensive, you're looking at a spot refinish, which is a different project entirely. The third situation, and this is the one that catches people off guard, is pet urine damage, water damage, or any kind of stain that went through the finish into the wood. Those sometimes look like scratches or discolorations, but they're actually chemical damage to the fibers themselves. Oil doesn't fix that. It might even make it worse because you're now sealing moisture and whatever else into the wood. A good rule, if the mark is pale and linear, and your fingernail glides over it, olive oil and vinegar will probably hide it. If it's a shape, a blotch, a valley you can feel, or anything that extends below the finish layer, put the oil bottle down and get a proper repair kit. One more thing. If your floor has a heavy polyurethane finish that's completely intact, this method might not do much of anything because the oil can't reach the wood through a sealed plastic coating. This works best on floors with some wear, some age, and some breathing room in the finish. So the real answer is this. Olive oil and vinegar is genuinely one of the best 30-second fixes in home maintenance, but only if you understand what it's actually doing. It's not removing the scratch, it's darkening the pale, exposed wood fibers so the scratch stops catching your eye. That's it. That's the whole mechanism. Which means the fix is cosmetic, not structural, and it fades over time, usually a few weeks to a few months, as the oil slowly evaporates and wears off with foot traffic. You'll need to reapply. That's fine. It takes a minute, costs essentially nothing, and extends the life of a floor that otherwise looks tired. What this actually is a maintenance trick. The same kind of trick people used on wood floors for centuries before we decided every surface in our house had to be sealed in plastic. It's not magic, it's not a secret, and it's definitely not permanent. But it works, it's cheap, and it buys you time before you have to think about real refinishing. If you test this on a small patch first, if you understand which of the 3 scratch types you're actually dealing with, and if you don't expect it to fix damage that goes deeper than the finish, you'll get genuinely good results. That's the honest version. If straight answer home fixes are useful to you, stick around. There's more of this kind of thing coming, and I'd rather give you the real mechanism than sell you a miracle. And if you've tried this method, drop a comment and tell me what kind of floor you used it on and how long the fix lasted. That feedback actually helps everybody watching.